A lot of people aren't performing well in life because you're sending your emotions to the wrong places. And you wonder why you're not excelling in where you want to excel, because your emotions is all over the place in the wrong energy. You got to bring them back to you so you can perform correctly, understand where you're trying to go. Now you can give out the purpose that you've been chosen for at this current moment. That's where your emotion is supposed to be.
We're having the uncomfortable conversation.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yo, what up YouTube? Gee Bryant here, and I'm back with another video. So look, if you don't know who I am, I'm owner of X28 Fitness and the Loft Athletic Club. These are two companies that I built in the past. But look, my goal on YouTube is to help you personally develop in all areas of your life. I want to raise your energy, help you elevate to the next level. I stand for God, energy, and elevation. So let's get into this video. So look, I want to talk to you about how to master your emotion. All right, this is something that you're going to really need to know to take yourself to whatever level you're looking to go to in life. Because if you don't understand this, you're going to make decisions based off emotion and not based on logic. And a lot of times we get caught up in emotional decisions, and then we have to bear the consequences of those emotional decisions. And they're not things that are favorable for our life. I did it. When I was building my businesses, I was recovering from emotional decisions I made in my youth. Right? They were like drastic emotional decisions. I may have been angry. I may have been under the influence. I may have been bearing in all types of emotions, and then I made a decision, and then I had to reap the consequences of that decision. So what I want to do is I want to help you so you don't have to go through that. Right? So first thing you got to understand is that your emotions are not you. A lot of people, what we do is we get caught up in our emotions and we feel like they actually are us. So when we get mad, we can't get out of the mad. When we're sad and we're depressed, we can't get out of it. When we're having all these things happen in our life, we actually feel like it's us. But look, your emotions aren't you. You're separate from your emotions. Because you gotta understand, there are times when you feel happy. There are times where you feel joyous. There are times where you feel like you're on top of the world. And then you feel like that's you. But then when you feel like you're mad, sad, depressed, you feel like that's you, and you get wrapped up into these balls of emotion, and then you make decisions out of them. And then those decisions may not be what you really want. It's okay, so but let's use like a lighter example. A woman, she'll go to the store and buy like 3 dresses because they all emotionally look good. But if she get home and realize she don't never wear them, that was an emotional decision. Logically, she like, man, I don't even want these clothes. Or you just do things because you're emotional, right? So what I say, one of the things I always do is I don't make a lot of decisions based on emotion. I don't really make many decisions based on emotion. Now I can step into a role of emotion and understand the emotion for what it is. I can be happy, I can be joyous. And if I'm depressed, or if I've ever been depressed or I've been sad, I had to start learning that those emotions were just emotions. And that's one of the ways I got out of those things that I used to deal with in the past. You know, building business, having a human experience, having a lot of people depend on you, having a job, having kids. That can get a lot. And you can get caught up in that ball of emotions and start to identify with those things, right? So you got to understand rule number 1, step number 1. After you leave this video, if you don't gain anything from it, understand that you aren't your emotions, right? And when you really personally develop, you'll be able to step into the role and understand the role for what it is. So like, let's say I want to be mad. I actually have to step into that role and like be mad. I'm not really mad. I just be like, all right, I gotta be mad right now. And like show like a little anger and then I'll step out of it. But it's not really consuming me, right? It's not in my heart. It's like, I'm not mad, right? Or if it's a role where you have to be a little bit laid back, you step into the laid back role, and that's your emotion, right? But when you make your decisions, they come from a logical space. That's gonna make you make good decisions. They come from a serene mind and a neutral space. Number 2, you gotta understand that with emotion comes feeling, kind of go hand in hand, but feelings are fleeting. Feelings are fleeting, so you have to have something a little bit more sturdy about your life that you move off of. Because you could feel one way one day and feel one way another. A lot of people do things when they're motivated, but what keeps you going when the motivation leaves, when that feeling of motivation leaves? What keeps you going when you don't have that same attraction to your spouse, that burning fire that you used to have? That was emotional, right? That was a feeling, it left. So you got to take inventory of the things that you want to accomplish within your relationship, within your life, without the feelings, and that'll let you know what's true. I always take inventory of my life on how I'm feeling about a certain thing, and I always take inventory about what's actually true about that thing. And I have to make a decision based on what's true. Nothing's going to be perfect, and if we always lead with our feelings, it's going to set us up for failure. It was times where I felt like getting drunk, and I got drunk, and guess what? I had to take on the consequences of getting drunk. Going out and doing things that I didn't really need to be doing while I was trying to build my businesses and things of that nature. That's another thing. It might be times where you see a person and you feeling it, but you didn't really take inventory of who that person really was. You didn't stand back and look at the truth. So now you're in a conversation or you're in communion with someone or you're in a relationship with someone based on the feelings, and the feelings went away or fleeting. Or it may be someone that you truly have love for, but you just can't get that feeling back. So then what do? How do you operate based on that feeling, or do you operate on what you know to be true with the love? A lot of people operate off the feeling and then they remove good things because they don't want to work through the things that they need to work through. So feelings are fleeting. How you feel one time may not be how you feel the second time. So the feelings are fleeting. They will come and they will go. But what stands is the truth. And when you look at what's happening with the truth, that's how you make your decisions. And number 3, when you're not, and I call this performing, because I think going out in the world is performing. When you're not performing, you want to keep a neutral space and a serene mind. I mean, you don't want to have too many highs and lows. So I know a lot of people, what they do is when they're by themselves, they always have to find something to give them a rush, an emotional rush, a dopamine rush. And what that does is it always sends you out of whack. You're always imbalanced, so you can't really decipher for what's true and what's emotional. So you're wrapped up in emotions 24/7 because you're getting all these rushes. You're looking for distractions. You're doing this. You got drama. This person, that person. You know what I'm saying? Arms just everywhere. You just bringing the Macarena back. You just, you know what I mean? You just right here. All types of, you everywhere. So you got to keep a calm space and a neutral space and a serene space. So now when you go out and perform, you know what to do. You know how to operate. You know how to move with discernment. You know how to make sure that your spirit is right, that you're grounded, that you're neutral. Everything, when you're neutral, you can make the right decisions. This was one of the biggest things that helped me along my life, is understanding how to move from a neutral and a calm space. And then you can turn the emotion on when you need it. You've been preserving yourself. Because if you always out here being emotional, always out here, you drain. You know what I'm saying? That's not even self-love. That's not good for you, right? Because when it's really time to perform, you ain't gonna have it. So I'll give you like a smaller example. Like, let's say I got a speaking event to speak at, and I get invited to something earlier that day. But I know I gotta perform at this speaking event. Like, I know this is my thing for the day. I gotta be out here. I got 1,000-something people about to see me speak. I gotta be on stage. I gotta give it to them. That's my power for the day. So if I go to this event, I'm not gonna be out here just talking a lot and spreading myself thin and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna do, but I gotta stay to myself because I gotta get my power. This is emotional right here. I gotta get this emotion right here. They need this. Or I might not even go to the event at all. It's some things I don't go to or some things I don't do based on what I have scheduled and what's the truth. What do I need at that moment? It's like, what is my priority? So you can have emotions, but you just gotta figure out when is the best time for you to release that emotion and when is the best time to come back to yourself, care for yourself, get into a neutral space so you can perform the way you need to. A lot of people aren't performing well in life because you're sending your emotions to the wrong places. And you wonder why you're not excelling in where you want to excel, because your emotions is all over the place in the wrong energy. You got to bring them back to you so you can perform correctly, understand where you're trying to go. Now you can give out the purpose that you've been chosen for at this current moment. That's where your emotion is supposed to be. Listen, we got 100%. We ain't got 200%. Everybody got 100. So a lot of people operating in their purpose at 10% because you done gave the other 90 to everything that wasn't important. My no is heavy. G, nope. Everybody know I say no before I say yes. I don't be answering the questions. I'd be like, nope. And then I reevaluate what the actual thing is. And I'm like, okay, I may do that. But I gotta see if I'm gonna have the emotional reserve for this first. Because if I don't got the emotional reserve for it, I can't commit to you because I'm not giving you the best version of myself. And what I have to do later on, I can't give that the best version of myself. I'm mediocre both places. Who wants that around? So you wanna be able to operate at 100 when you operate at 100. I call it preserving. I teach a lot of my teams, I say, you gotta preserve yourself for the moment. Don't miss the moment. You don't wanna miss the moment because you was out here doing this at the 90%. You put a little 5% over here, and then when the moment came, you only had 5%. I've been there too. It's real, we only got 100. Don't spread your 100 thin with emotions, and then when you really need those emotions, and you need to be logical and understand how to use those emotions, you ain't got them. Come on now. That's why it doesn't pay to be a tough guy or a hothead. So emotional. Look at him, emotional. It doesn't pay. Understood, like I used to want to be the get back. And it's on your mind, you gotta get back. And I gotta do this, and I gotta do that. And then when it's time to get some money or get some guidance or give some guys or the opportunity comes, you done been so high, like you can't, now you all combative, wrong energy, we don't want them. Pass, we'll pass. That's just an example. Or you the one with the attitude all the time. You always got the attitude. God not gonna bless you with that attitude. The attitude, because you want to be emotional, you want to be standoffish. Every time somebody comes, you got an attitude. That's something that you got to heal within yourself. It's a mirror. And that's an emotional intelligence type of thing. I used to have a chip on my shoulder all the time where I always thought somebody was trying to get me, so I would automatically be emotionally standoffish, and I would harbor it all right here. Like, nah, I gotta be defensive, emotional, defensive. You gotta work on that. You can't go into the big deal being defensive and thinking everybody's trying to get you. They trying to close the big deal. What's the big deal in your life right now that your emotions aren't allowing you to close? It may not be a real business deal, it might be something you gotta accomplish, but your emotions ain't letting you get there. You gotta start operating in that way. Figure out what the deal is. What am I trying to accomplish? It could be a relationship, it could be business, it could be spiritual, it could be with family, but your emotions aren't letting you get there because you're identifying with them, one. And number two, you're not understanding where you need to put your reserve or how you need to reserve for yourself so you can give that undivided attention when it's time to put that emotion on, when it's time to perform. I'm gonna give you one more example. A relationship. You got the guy, right? And the woman, she like, man, I just want some more attention. I want some more attention. But you're giving out more emotion to the streets, and when you come home, you only got like 5%, 10% for your woman, and half the time you're on Instagram. She's out of that. What if you reverse the roles, gave her the 5% to the street? It just depends on what you want. Do you want the streets or you want the emotion? Same thing with women. You want the streets or you want your man? Figure out where to put your emotions. But that's something you might have to deal with. You want a better job, you half-ass the job, but you out here giving a 90% to the happy hour. That's where your emotions going. You raging at happy hour. You want to build a business, but on Saturday night, you rather be in the club for 4 hours, 5 hours, and then wake up and half-ass it on a Sunday on your business. The emotions do drive us, but they can't be the only person in the driver's seat. They gotta be kind of passenger, and you gotta be driving, and your emotions can kind of be like, all right, we wanna do this and this. You gotta be like, all right, chill, because you in the passenger seat, I'm gonna take us where we wanna go, but I'm gonna let you know when I need you. Let me get out real quick, you stay in the car. All right, come on, here we go, we good. That's how you gotta be with your emotions. That's crazy. Hey, what's going on? G here. Listen, I'm thankful for you coming to my channel. If you're enjoying my content, if you enjoy my videos, I want you to share it with someone. I want you to like, subscribe, turn my notifications on. Make sure you follow me on all my socials. You can stay connected with me and the G Code even further by joining the Telegram group. All right, it's a lot going on. So, like I said, I got merchandise. If you just feeling like you want to rep something, rep with me, you know what I'm saying? Rep with us, rep with the G Code, authentic versus popularity. So, y'all know what I stand for. God, energy, elevation. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.